And now a message from Alex Vaughn.
Miles from Budapest, my hidden treasure chest. Actually, that's a bold-faced lies, bros. As I write this message and stick it in a bottle to hopefully reach one of your shores before you podcast, I'm currently in Budapest. Beautiful city, inexpensive, everything you want in a vacation destination. That's my proclamation. By the time this hits the ear holes of the listeners, I will hopefully have been to Vienna and hopefully am currently soaking up the Venetian lifestyle in Italy. The soaking will both be of sun and possibly using authentic Italiano pizza to soak up the wine. I'm home in 2 weeks. How can this be? I shouldn't be writing you. I should be out experiencing Europe before my time here runs out. Ain't nobody got time for this. Love you, bros. Go Jays, go. Go Jays, go. Indeed. Welcome to the Triple Threat Podcast. We're a member short still, but as you heard from the previous missive, he's home in 2 weeks. I'm Will Vaughn coming to you from Vancouver, BC. Over to my right coast, we have Matt Vaughn in Halifax. How you doing, Matt Vaughn?
I'm doing well, Matt Vaughn. I mean, Will.
Yeah.
I'm doing well.
No,
I'm doing well, Will.
Yeah, you're doing well, Will. Okay.
How have I not made that joke with you before? Well, Will.
Because it's not good. It's not a good joke.
Are you saying the joke is...
It's not good. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
We miss you, Alex. Hope to have you back soon, buddy.
Yeah, I was actually a little worried for a second. I was like, I haven't heard from him in a little while. And, I've seen movies. I've seen Taken. They took that girl.
Exactly, yeah.
But he got her
I was concerned when Alex went to go travel around Europe following you too.
Yes.
If you remember Taken, that's actually what she plans on doing.
Yeah, no, it's just...
Which is kind of dated. Like, why would a girl would do that?
No. Well, Taken also came out in, 2009, so... back into that, remember 2009, how U2 was all the rage?
All the rage. Hey, well, I think they just come out with their the U2 360 tour. That was a good tour.
Yeah, they came here for that. They had a giant crazy screen deal on the stage. They always had big stage shows, though.
Yes.
Huge stage shows. I'm checking out a stage show on Wednesday. And I know these guys are still making albums, but I got a free download because I got a ticket. The Bare Naked Ladies...
Oh, man.
Released a new album.
It's been a long time since I've heard from them, actually.
Yeah. So they released a new album this year called Silver Ball, which I haven't listened to yet. But I got roped in to go into a concert with them, and Alan Doyle is opening for them. So
Alan Doyle of GBS, right?
GBS fame. So I think I will have... it's got to be somewhere on the Canadian bucket list, right? That you go to a Bare Naked Ladies concert at some point.
Can I exhort you to have some poutine before you go to that? Because I just feel like you might explode its potential.
Yeah. Go ahead and exhort me. Exhort all you like.
I exhort you, Will.
Exhort away. So I've seen Sam Roberts a few times in concert. He's been a delight. I've seen Sloan before. Treble Charger. Well, I saw a bunch of bands at Snow Jam when it was in Halifax in 2001. That's the reason I quit my subway job, and that's right. I used to drive the subway. No, I used to work at Subway sandwiches.
Can we talk your subway job sometime? Like, I feel like that might be. We should wait till Alex gets back, and you can kind of air your grievances or lack thereof. Maybe you had the greatest time of your life.
I did not. I can spoil it for you right now, and affirm to you that I had not the greatest time of my life. At all.
You know what the greatest time of day is, though, Will?
I think you're going to tell us, Matt. What's the greatest time of day?
Not just nighttime, but like late night when you're it's starting to be like, ooh, I should go to bed. But you know what? I want to giggle.
Just right away, though. Late night stuff here comes on at 8:30. So
I know.
And they also comes on at 11:30. But
well, I mean,
not that if you're going to bed. At 8:30, then you're old. You're an old person.
You're an old person.
Which is great. And if you're an old person listening to the show, we salute you.
Thank you. We love you. Thank you for giving birth to us. If you're an old person watching the show.
Listening
you're probably
to this show.
You're probably our parents. I remember we would watch Raw, and then and this is usually in the summertime, and then Leno would come on half an hour later or an hour and a half later.
I think it's like a half hour later because I think Raw came on. Used to come on at 10.
It was 10 to 12, right?
10 to 12. So
just so late when I think about it now.
Well, it's
so late. What am I doing with my life? Can't stand up on a Monday.
You going up on a Monday, and then he would come on at 12:30. So it'd be a half hour later.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, this is all Atlantic Standard Time, folks. It's not this 11:30 stuff that the Eastern Time is used to.
Yeah. Well, what are you drinking right now?
I'm having a frosty water from my Brita filter, alternating water and coffee.
Folks, he is truly, and the coffee, of course, classic Star Wars.
One for energy and one for lubrication. I was fortunate enough to have done a bunch of table reads last week, and for two of them, I was doing the stage direction. So there are people reading characters, and then also when you do a table read, you have to read out loud all the stuff that you'll see in the movie, but they have to know for the table read where they're shooting. Like you need to know you're, in a police office or in a school or if you're at the character's home or bedroom or wherever. So someone has to sit there and be like, all right, and we're back in the kitchen, and she grabs a knife out and starts chopping some onions, and Tom comes in. He's got a newspaper, and he's reading the headline, and then Tom says something. So
okay.
Most table reads I've gone to, there's been a director reading that stuff, like a assistant director or a producer or something, and then some of them they ask actors to read them. So that's I was reading one, and I was just like, and then he goes to the bedroom. One second. And then just add some water for lubrication, and then keep going because it's like, oh wow, this is a 110-page script. This is going to take a while.
Oh man, did you do TV shows and movies? I know I talked to you last week about some TV shows you're possibly doing. There's some TV shows and one movie. One was for a show, and it was the most full-on table read I've ever done because we went in and we went in and rehearsed it. Mm-hmm. With everyone, and then we went to another room where they had a bunch of tables set up. They had, and I've done table reads where they filmed it before. They usually actually do it via Skype. So by the very method we record this podcast is how all the big shots in Hollywood record their table reads. Like they just kind of plug him into the writer's room in Los Angeles so you can kind of look over and watch all the Los Angeles traffic go by. So this room was a room. It had 4 tables set up, probably around 20 or 30 people around the table. And they had what I call the UN microphones. Little microphones all set up at every... The little ones you could adjust to so that it gets your...
At every spot, they had one of those little microphones.
The floor recognizes Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Set up, and they had the camera, so they were shooting the whole thing. They had a guy with the whole sound mixing board, looked like a DJ. Yeah, it was a little nutty. I was like, wow, okay, they're really taking this table read very seriously.
Do you know? Are you able to say what it was?
I won't say what it was.
Okay, you won't say what it was. Okay,
what it was really, I thought it was pretty cool, but what it was, that's not important. I just think it's kind of interesting. That they had such a big setup for it. It's just neat.
Sounds like it.
It's just neat.
Sounds like
it. to be a part of that thing.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, Matt, your favorite time is late night.
My late night.
Speaking of table reads, your favorite time is late night. You wanted to, and we've talked about these fellers before.
Yes,
all our fine late night folk.
Exactly.
But
we want to kind of go in a little bit more in depth, a little bit. I think part of it is, we're going to talk about Saturday Night Live first, a special, a dear love of ours on this podcast. But also, I think the roulette wheel has stopped. The ball is perhaps bouncing, but it's landing in the spot. Is it going to be red? Is it going to be black? What did you bet on? Who knows? But the late night hosts are now decided.
They're not decided. They've been decided for a little while, but they're also all working.
They're on the air now.
Because
are there any that are still up in the air in terms of when they're going to be on?
No. Everyone's out. Everyone's on. Everyone's set. because they announced this stuff for a long time. Like Colbert was announced months before he took the job.
I feel like it was March or something.
Not months before he took the job. Sorry, months before he shot his first show.
Yeah,
because he had months and months off. So yeah, these guys are on. Have been on for a couple weeks now, and we could talk about SNL first, Matt, or we can talk about.
Yeah, let's do that because it's kind of you would have just seen the most recent SNL this weekend, Tracy Morgan.
That's right. Yeah, the newest SNL this week, and we've had the first 3 episodes so far of the nightly series. No, not nightly at all. My friend does. My roommate does sketch comedy, and they do a show every 2 months or so. But they have a segment called the VFS Nightly News. I'm like, don't call it the Nightly News because you're doing it once every 2 months.
Bi-monthly.
The bi-monthly news. Yeah. That's funnier, right, than the nightly news. Yeah, whatever. Exactly. So yeah, SNL's had the first 3 swings, the first three kicks at the can, and
cracks of the bat.
I watched Tracy's show, and Tracy's show is great. He's 100%. He's back. He's doing it. And Matt, you haven't seen it, but I think you'll quite enjoy the opening for sure.
I've heard a bit of what the opening is, so I'm excited for that.
He was very good, and there was a good amount of throwbacks to various characters, as they do when they bring back former cast members. They have the sketches they've done before, and I got to say, I'm not really big on the musical guest, but that little Demi Lovato, she's got some pipes. She's got some pipes.
Demi. I liked the weekend was last weekend.
The weekend was last weekend.
But Amy Schumer, who I think killed it.
I loved Amy Schumer. I thought she was great.
Amazing. She's one of those people that you're just like, I wish you weren't so famous so we could have your talent on here like all the time. Just be on here. Just be on SNL.
On SNL all the time, yeah. I think she got auditioned for it.
She's one of those people that I'm sure if you like, I'm sure the like they show the tapes of like the 40th anniversary. It's just like, look, Steve Carell, Stephen Colbert, Kevin Hart auditions. Zach Galifianakis, like that's the kind of thing you're like, man, this is like this all-star cast right there. As long as you take it from like 20 years.
Also, kids, it means don't give up if they say no.
It's true.
If SNL says no, Hangover can still say yes.
It's true, yeah. As long as you're portly, hilarious, and largely bearded.
Yeah, largely bearded. So yeah, Amy was great. Miley's episode was it was all right. I'm not big on Miley though.
No, me neither. No, she's she's kind of gross.
She's gross. She's just a gross person. We can just say that. No. If you disagree, fine. Let us know. But
sure.
She's just, I think she's just gross.
I would love for her to have a breakdown, to figure herself out, and then just be like, "Look, this is what I really am. I like horses. I ride horses sometimes. I like tea, and
I'm actually an English princess." Billy Ray.
I would love for her to stop being a weirdo and start being a real human being.
Yeah, I know, but she's definitely found I'll call it a brand. She's found a niche.
Oh, for sure.
She's found a niche, so she's not going to get away from that anytime soon. But she's just trying to outshock herself and outdo herself. But it's like, come on, kid, you've reached the peak. So
yeah.
So Miley's episode, I wasn't big on her being a host. And the musical guest, whatever. I can always skip over that. Was also her, and whatever. She's a decent enough singer. She's crying on the piano. I think she's singing about doggies or something.
I was very happy to skip that part.
Me too.
Just skip.
Yeah. Sorry to be so dismissive, Miley. But yes, Amy Schumer was hilarious, and Tracy Morgan was hilarious too. I thought those were both great episodes. When sketch people are on the sketch show.
And I love when comedians just do the full-on, their monologue is just, give me a microphone, I'm doing stand-up.
Yeah.
But she crushed it, too. It's just one of those things just like, damn, she's good.
She is good.
There are people in this world where you're like, that guy's not that good at making my Subway sandwich. But then you meet people and you're like, that guy is good at making my Subway sandwich. It's almost like he was put on earth to make Subway.
Maybe she was Subway.
To make Subway. I hope we never meet that person because hopefully that person has a job in an office somewhere and not at Subway. But Amy Schumer is one of those people that's just like, yeah, you should be a stand-up comedian. You're a very funny person.
Well, she's great, and her Live at the Apollo was on this weekend, and I haven't got a chance to check it out yet, but I did record it. It was on the same time as SNL. Like,
okay, there you go.
It's a conflict of interest there. It's like, hey, I'm on SNL week before, and Live with the Apollo is going head to head with SNL the very next week. But I guess that's just television for you, folks.
Now is Live with the Apollo? Is that on the Up Network? Will? Is that on Up TV?
It's not on the Up Network. No.
Okay.
No.
Just making sure there.
Yeah. Now, by the way, Ties That Bind season finale was last week. Thanks everybody for checking it out. It's great.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, and also, thanks everybody for checking out Edward this past
there was
weekend.
Another showing, right? Or they're going to do another show, or they did?
There's, I think tonight and tomorrow are the last two shows in Vancouver, Edmonton, Toronto, and what do you call it? Saskatoon. So I think that's still going on right now. So thanks everybody for checking that out.
Nice, yeah.
You guys,
everybody, good job for buying your tickets.
Buying your tickets, and make sure you use your Visa Pay Pass. Oh, never mind. I was trying to plug Visa, but they don't pay us any money. No, I don't get a Visa gig.
Okay, that was your way of being like, I get to say what's in your wallet.
I'm trying to replace Morgan Freeman. Use your Visa Pay Pass to buy stuff. And that's been Morgan Freeman. So Matt,
Morgan Freeman.
Yes.
John Oliver,
obviously.
Also a person with two names. We're going through late night hosts. Will, John Oliver is on HBO and more obviously YouTube. What is how have you experienced John Oliver? What do you think? How you liking him? It's his second season right now.
I've experienced him mostly on HBO. In the spring, this is his second season.
Okay, excuse me.
Yeah, I got the thing. That's why I was talking about the Live at the Apollo. So I tried to record that while recording SNL, and my PVR that can record two things at one time wouldn't record two things at one time. Great, right?
False advertising?
No, it's just mucking up. So okay. John Oliver, in the springtime, I like to host, and I did this last year. Springtime is the ring time because Game of Thrones does 10 weeks, and I have people over for HBO. It's a Game of Thrones watching,
of course, being Lord of the Rings.
Yes, obviously, being the same thing. It's all they have dragons and swords, and that's all you need to know.
Yes, exactly.
So we watched basically the pattern would be watch Game of Thrones, and then I think watch last night's SNL, and then watch John Oliver. So I've been watching John Oliver since he came on the scene, and I've quite enjoyed him. Sorry for that one stretching moment, but I quite enjoy his show. His show, he's the only guy too of all the late night guys who does one show a week,
right?
And that's very different.
Yes, he must be very happy to have that. Does he have guests? I really haven't seen much past the monologue.
Sometimes he has guests. Sometimes, but not really. It's not that kind of show. It's a pretty jammed half hour of some good stuff.
Yeah, with John, like I'm starting to get a little tired of John Oliver, which is a bit silly because he's just in his second season, that sort of thing. But I think that he's fell into a pretty obvious pattern of just like, here's a topic, you will be outraged, he will be funny, and by the end of it, you'll just feel kind of like he'll say something, it'll be a funny tag at the end or something about with a commercial or something like that brings in jokes that he told from before and that sort of thing. And I can't just stay outraged week to week. I can't get mad about oil in North Dakota this week and unlawful seizure the next week, that sort of thing. Like I can't keep it up.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot of issues to the table, which is something in late night comedy doesn't always come up, but it does come up time to time. Yeah, depending on what's going on in the world, and
depending who it is too.
Depending who it is too.
Jimmy Fallon never.
Jimmy Fallon never. No, Jimmy keeps it light. But with John, he's bringing up stuff. I find it at least somewhat educational, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to learn about some injustice
about
in the
chicken
world
farming.
Right now. Yeah, and it's going to be. But I like that because it's like, well, I would never think of chicken farming. I never think of oil in North Dakota, and I never think of the cheap clothing where that sort of thing comes from. So
right,
week to week, he's got a different issue. Sometimes it's heavier, and sometimes it's quite a bit lighter. Personally, I like to see him stay on the lighter side, but I get that I get what he's trying to do. Yeah. And I think that's how he differentiates himself from the other acts in late night.
Definitely a very different vibe from him. Definitely. One of the things I'm tired of is, and this is kind of in his wheelhouse and a couple others, is when late night hosts are like, "Well, I'm not a journalist. I don't have to be held that kind of standards. I'm a comedian." And I've heard John Oliver has said that before, which is fair because he has a comedy show, but you're also asking me to take you seriously. So, you take the things you're saying seriously. So if it doesn't, what am I trying to say? If what he does isn't, this is terrible podcasting.
No, you're doing fine.
I'm doing what I can.
Just stay in it.
If he's missing journalistic marks, if he's not hitting, accuracies, things like that, often comedians or late night hosts, I think, Jon Stewart did this before too, where be like, well, I'm not a journalist, I'm a comedian. It's like, well, yeah, but you're asking us to take you seriously and laugh at you at the same time. You're not being like, hey, look, I'm a joker, let's talk about it. It's like the old Stephen Colbert character from this Colbert Report was. No one ever took him seriously. But I just think sometimes it's kind of like, well, you can't have it both ways. You want it both ways, but you just can't.
Yeah, I think when they're saying that, they're saying, look, I'm going to bring you all this information and I'm going to make jokes about it. And then you can take me seriously or get offended. Either way, I'm trying to bring you a comedy show. I'm just trying to bring you some facts as well. Because journalists just can only report on the facts. And this is
in theory, by the way.
In theory, right?
Yeah.
But there's lots of stuff that goes either unreported on or underreported or whatever.
Right.
That's what Vice is for. Even though I don't watch the Vice show, it seems a little bit too.
Oh yeah.
A little bit too loose for me. It just seems too cool.
First time,
I need a giant beard to watch Vice. It just seems way too cool. But. Yeah, they'd always say that. Jon Stewart would always say that. He'd always be like, I'm just a journalist, and that's kind of his...
or I'm not a journalist, right?
No, or not a journalist, sorry, I'm just a comedian. And that's sort of his... I'm sure there's a Latin phrase for it, but whatever it means to kind of back off a little bit and get step out of the fire.
It's called the Pontius Pilate move.
There you go, the old PP.
The double P.
He pulls the double P, and he gets out of it. But
gets out of there.
So that's kind of like the newsy, because there's different types of late night. There's the newsy guys, which is John Oliver.
We'll talk about the next guy next.
We can talk about the next guy. So newsy guys, John Oliver. Larry Wilmore is kind of a newsy guy, right? Because he does his nightly show, and he has a conversation there. I haven't seen too much of Larry's show though.
No, me neither.
And then Trevor Noah took up the Daily Show mantle.
Have you seen his shows?
I saw his first episode.
Yeah. What were your thoughts?
I thought he's fine.
He's fine.
What do you think?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it is one of those things where it's like, okay, English guy commenting on American culture, South African guy commenting on American culture. It's still one of those things. Just kind of, it feels kind of weird sometimes, which is kind of like, I don't know, and I feel like our culture is too geared up for me to say that. I feel like I almost have to be called out as xenophobic. Well, why can't these people say these things? And what I'm saying is that sometimes it just seems weird to be like, okay, South African guy, tell us about how the United States is stupid.
Yeah,
but South Africa's great, right?
We're
not our own countries, whatever.
No,
it was still one of those things, kind of like,
He's not saying South Africa is great, and John Oliver always makes fun of the English too.
Yes,
he's saying the English.
He's the most English-looking person. He has an English haircut. Oh, you're right, Will.
I dropped my drumstick. Sorry.
Yeah, you shouldn't have so much chicken while we're.
That's right.
Doing
Yeah.
The podcast.
Yeah.
Or your ice cream.
Or my ice cream with the chocolate in the center.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, chocolate. So let's move away from the newsy unless you got something to add to
that. No, I just want to talk about my drumstick for a second.
Go ahead.
I was at a show last week at Commodore. The Darkness came to town.
Oh, yeah.
The Darkness rode through. Tremendous show. It was a tremendous show.
Nice.
Loved it. And I didn't catch the drumstick, but I found a drumstick on the floor next to the T-shirt stand. And you can see the detail in it there.
No, I can see it, folks. You can't. But yeah, it's clear this drumstick has been through hell and back.
That's right. It took a one-way ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's from the darkness or if it was from the opening band or if it was just from an excited fan who was drumming in their apartment before the show.
Or like a beaver maybe took it and kind of gnawed on it. It kind of has a beaverish look.
Yeah, I had a beaverish dream. That's one band I haven't seen. I can't be completely Canadian until I see the Tragically Hip in concert. Or Neil Young.
Neil Young.
Oh, I have seen Rush. Never mind. Yeah, I've seen Rush. Also, this week on Tuesday, the new Guitar Hero game comes out. Guitar Hero Online.
5.
No, what's it called? It should be called Guitar Hero. 5. I think it's called Guitar Hero Worldwide, something like that. Anyway,
sure.
I'd say I'm looking forward to that game more so than the new Rock Band game because the new Rock Band game looks good. That's Rock Band 4, but it's all the same. It's all the same stuff.
It's just same stuff. Yeah.
It's just
what's new about the Guitar Hero? We'll get back to Late Night later.
I'm just. This is an intermission. This is where John Oliver would be like, and now we talk about plastic controllers. The new thing about Guitar Hero is that it has the old controllers would have 5 buttons, right?
Yes.
This one has 3 and then 2 next to it, so you can play across it instead of just up and down.
Oh,
so that's kind of neat. I'd like to see it in practice, but that adds a different element to it. So I'm looking forward to trying it. I'd like to see if there's a store demo. But also, I remember years ago when they had Rock Band and Guitar Hero World Tour, which was Guitar Hero's version of Rock Band, where they had a microphone and drums. And I had both those sets at one point. And that was it was too much. It was too many plastic instruments. But now the stores are going to be clogged again with plastic instruments. All the Best Buys are going to be clogged with plastic guitars and plastic drum kits because like they were years ago, right?
Okay, crazy story about Rock Band. I was talking with this guy once, and he was like, "Yeah, I actually made my own drum set for Rock Band. I connected it up. It's like it's more like a proper electric drum set." And I was like, "Okay, sure, you did." Like it seemed like something that isn't easy to do. And then I went to his house, and he built his own Rock Band drum set, and it was amazing. It was great because it was like the Rock Band one had the 4 pads, and there wasn't a lot of movement. Like, it felt like you were just kind of smacking like the back of a pig or something like that. But this one had exactly. This one had some action to it, some give. And as a musician, the action's very important for enjoying your instrument, for actually feeling the music itself.
Oh man, the old Rock Band kit just killed my wrist just playing because when you smack and it has no give, then it hurts. I had a drum kit that had pads on top of all the heads, and I also had these little these cymbal add-ons you could get.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was full on. But I think there was a company called Ion. They sold a drum kit that was like a pro drum kit. You can adjust the heads and everything, and that's if you really were a crazy Rock Band player.
Could you also just plug it into an amp and play drums with it?
Theoretically, I think you could. So. Yeah, I think you could. But that was neat. Anyway, that was our little musical interlude.
That was a musical interlude without actually any music.
Matt's going to add some in post-production, he said.
Yeah,
so
it'll almost certainly be Hall & Oates.
By the way, there's a DraftKings ad that I'm pretty sure used our theme music in the background.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, so they owe us. They owe us money.
Gosh.
Right? Don't they? Isn't that our song? I remember we wrote that.
DraftKings. I saw DraftKings ad this week. It's funny to say that because it's like it almost makes more sense to say, like, more shockingly, you would say I didn't see a DraftKings ad this week. That would be the surprising, relevant thing to say.
Yeah.
This week, see, they always say promo code kick.
Yeah.
This guy was like promo code tuck. Yeah, tuck. Said, like really kind of like was like not the F word. It's like you guy with a beard, you're hilarious.
Like Justin Tuck.
Yeah, exactly. Justin
from the what does he play for?
Plays
for the Ravens.
He plays for the Ravens. Yeah. He's a solid footman and Dr. Pepper fan.
All right, no, that's Tucker.
Tucker, yes, whatever.
Tuck plays for the. I think he plays for the Raiders. He used to play for the Giants. Anyway,
he's not the Holy Ghost. That is to say, Steve Gostkowski.
Okay, no, he's not.
Yes. Anyway, DraftKings are great.
No, they're not.
FanDuel.
Those ads, they make me blood red, man. They drive me crazy. They're ruining the game this year.
It actually is pretty painful to experience. Just about any. The worst part is just about every podcast I listen to is sponsored by DraftKings. Even ones that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they spent more money on advertising than I think anybody else this year is DraftKings.
Like you could feed so many starving children around the world with their ad budget.
Right?
Their ad
Come
budget
on.
is astronomical.
Got to feed
it's
kids
unreal.
Here. Also, real quick before we get back to late night, guys.
Sure.
Matt, have you seen the new Star Wars poster?
No, but I'm going to. What? Okay, this is exciting.
This is exciting. We're gonna have what's called a live reveal of
Star Wars Force Awakens. Oh boy, this looks good. Oh, this is brand. Okay, so as we're recording this podcast, this is pretty new.
Yeah.
This is Monday morning, folks. You would have just seen this.
This just came out yesterday.
Look at that! Oh my gosh! Because I was wondering, because the only poster that was in theaters for a long time was just the plain old Force Awakens.
It just said "Star the Force Awakens Wars." That's all it said.
That's all it said.
Now, Matt, look at that.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's sweet, but also for a second I thought Finn had a double-bladed lightsaber. By the way, but it just lines up with Kylo Ren's. Look at that though. It's got everybody except for one character, and you could probably spot it pretty quick.
There's no Luke.
And I think he probably goes next to Leia because there's kind of like
there's definitely some negative space there, right?
There's a spot there.
Interesting. See, okay, I have a lot of folks. I need you to see this poster because there's a lot to digest.
Yeah, especially in the top
right. What
is that?
Okay, for people who are, this is a poster, and if you don't want to,
please follow along and look
if you
at the Star
don't
Wars
want to hear about the Star Wars poster, first off, good luck not seeing one between now and December 18th.
You're gonna see it.
That seems unlikely.
You're gonna see it.
But we're gonna talk about it right now. First, they haven't showed Leia at all, but hold on, let's get to what we're talking about. On the top right corner of this poster, there's very obviously what can be unmistakably compared to
Unicron. Oh, I thought it was Unicron from Transformers the movie.
Like that's only a Death Star, right?
Yeah, or another big. It looks like a big. It's no moon. It's not a moon.
An eyeball.
It's a space station. It looks like it's got one big. It's probably a laser. It's probably a laser.
Probably not a bullet. That'd be interesting though.
That'd be sweet if a fighter missile. It looks like it's got a laser. It looks like it also has like some kind of force field around it. There's a little bit of blue on the outside. So it's either. I don't think it could be a rocket propulsor.
Like to shoot at places?
To get around to like
sure. I was always like,
but I don't think they show us
position.
They wouldn't show us the backside of the ship. No, this is the
butt
side
of the Death Star.
Yeah,
like the Death Star never made sense to me how it ever moved. It's like, well, it's just a Christmas ornament. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it had repulsors but
where would it go anyway? So this is an item that I am fully shocked to see on a poster. I have no idea what to think of that.
It could be Luke too. It could be a mask.
That could be Luke. I'm sure. Clearly in space. Could be Luke.
But it also has Johnny Boyega with his lightsaber, which we've seen on the other poster before.
See, that's interesting.
Also, Lupita Nyong'o's name is on the poster. I forgot Andy Serkis is in this movie too.
Yes. Who is Andy Serkis? Do we know who he's playing? He's playing.
And who's Max von Sydow playing?
Oh, see, I think I know who Max von. I think haven't. Okay.
Also, Adam Driver's billed ahead of everybody. Like he's got.
Adam Driver's is the main character on the poster.
He is. He's the biggest. Yeah. He's the biggest. Takes the most real estate. We'll say. Because I love that they still keep the top three are still the top three.
It's still the top three. It's true, but the only person on that other line is Adam Driver. Oh, I'm loving going through this so detailed.
Isn't this great?
Now, that's interesting. Because Lupita Nyong'o is not on this poster. But
No,
that girl from Gwendolyn
Chewbacca.
Christie is in it.
Yeah, Gwen is on there. She's on the poster, and she's not on. She's not billed
She's not Bill. That's true.
anywhere that we can see.
I mean, neither are those stormtroopers. So that's fair.
I do like that Lawrence Kasdan was part of the writing team.
Yeah, it's good, man. This is a cool poster.
It's a cool poster, man.
Like this is the kind of thing that you're going to see on walls, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at some real estate right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Pull up a spot.
It's cool. I mean, the visually the interesting visual story here is that if you look at it, like the top third of it is really the new part and kind of the most obvious part, which is your Adam Driver, your Ridley, your Boyega, and your weird I like Death Star thing. Those are the biggest things, and then the rest of the Star Wars window dressing, with the exception of Oscar Isaac, is down in the middle there.
Yeah, and there's also a little alien dude too behind BB-8.
Yes. See now, okay, maybe that could be Lupita Nyong'o.
I don't think it is.
It looks like a comedy character. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think Lupita Nyong'o is showing up as herself though. I think I saw that she was doing mocap.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah, I don't think she's physically in it.
Oh, right on. She's mentally in it, though.
Yeah, but she's mentally in it, and she's picking up a paycheck.
Spiritually in it.
I hope so. That is okay.
It's pretty sweet, isn't it?
Damn.
Yeah.
I am raising so many questions. What an incredible way of debuting that concept of a weird Death Star thing. That nowhere was that talked about before today.
No, I'm sure there were lots of. Anytime I see a link, it's like big. The Force Awakens spoiler on a thing. I'm like, exactly. Okay, I'm going to try to avoid that.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, they have for new look. Oh yeah, during Monday Night Football, because ESPN is owned by ABC.
Disney.
It was owned by Disney. So ESPN, I think, is going to have a new trailer during Monday Night Football.
Oh, awesome! What's the Monday Night Football game tonight, Will? Do you know?
Tonight is it's a big NFC East matchup between the New York Football Giants and the Philadelphia Football Eagles.
Oh, that could be bad.
that could be bad, but also more importantly, the Jays and the Royals back in Toronto for game
and also
three
the new election
of the championship series. Yes, congratulations to our
new Prime Minister,
new Lord and Master,
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, congratulations. Sure. She can do anything. She's a tremendous actress.
I hear she's going to be PM totally in mocap, though.
Yes, she will. Yeah.
Totally mocap.
As a fat old white guy. Anyway, back to the late night guys.
Yeah, I want to get to late night stuff before we get to a bit of a trivia here. I feel like we're running out of time. I don't think that we are, though.
I think we're fine, man. Don't worry about it.
I think we're fine.
Doesn't matter.
Will's brotherly comfort. I love that.
No.
I think we're fine, man.
You better calm down. We're doing all right.
Jack Nicholson as late night host.
Yes, that's right.
Do you ever watch Kimmel?
No.
No. Does anyone watch Kimmel? That's a question I've asked people before.
Apparently. He's on ABC, which is owned by Disney. So
it's on ABC, which is owned by Disney, based on the novel Push Picks Out.
Yes.
We shouldn't both drink water at the same time, realizing that's probably a bad idea.
Based on the novel Shove by Manipulate. Well, yeah, that's the whole reason we got the video thing going on. And
yes, exactly.
We're not doing so hot.
I know. We're hardly doing hot. Well, okay. Well, Kimmel, we won't really talk about too much. He likes doing pranks. I don't like pranks that much as a joke, anyway.
Some of the pranks are kind of mean.
Oh, for sure. And like, if you come up with a good prank in real life, you do it. You're just opening yourself up to get pranked by somebody else. Like,
that's right. The show Swerved on the WWE Network. That was all about wrestlers pranking wrestlers.
Is that real?
And they all got pranked back. Oh, it was a tremendously fun show. They brought in the director of Jackass to prank everybody, and the last episode of that series was them pranking the guys right back.
Yeah,
some of they were pretty funny. It was like, you got swerved, it's like, you all been zapped.
I saw there was that WWE Network was doing like Table for Three or something like that, where like three guys get there and talk. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. They had one with they had a bunch of different ones with like some former lady wrestlers, and there was one with some WCW guys and some new guys.
Sting, Vader, and
DDP,
which is good.
Which I think would just be DDP talking for like a half hour.
It wasn't though. DDP was very like kind of like.
That's right, bro.
I mean, he's got to respect those guys, right? Because he came into the industry way after them.
Yeah, he came up with those guys, man.
Yeah. Which is crazy. What about James Corden?
James, I like his format. He's got the multiple guests out there at one time.
The British style.
Yeah,
I think that is a really fun, interesting thing to do.
It's fun, yeah. As you complain about them making fun of America, be like, all right, well, I like the English style. No, it's good.
He's not so caustic. I think that's the other thing too. James Corden is just kind of like he's up for
He's way lighter.
He's
really not political. He's
not political. It's true. Yeah,
because
he's never like. So you know how America sucks, right? You know how it's brutal.
He'd actually say something like that though, and say it sarcastically like that, and get a laugh out of it.
Exactly.
He's a lot of fun. His show's just about he's a lot of fun. He's got a bar next to his set. He's got Reggie Watts on the.
There's a bar there. That's fun.
Yeah, he's got it's like this big like Bud Light bar.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Thing going on. So yeah, his show's a lot of fun. He's lovely.
I like he's currently doing like I guess a tour of American sports. He was a kicker in the NFL. He kicked.
Who did he kick for?
Raiders. It was the Raiders. It's amazing. It's funny because like he actually doesn't look that physically different from Sebastian Janikowski. Because Janikowski kind of carries. He's kind of like a top heavy Roethlisberger-esque figure.
Yeah, but he's
you know how there's like like. People say, like, this woman is like Rubenesque. That's a way of describing a figure. I think men that like Roethlisberger-esque is a very apt description for men sometimes in their physical build.
I think
just
the best
tall up top or larger up top.
I think the best photograph from the football season has already been taken, which is Warren Buffett on the sidelines in Miami wearing pads and a Ndamukong Suh jersey. Have you seen this photo? This is another. By the way,
this is all Will being like, Google this.
This is going to be another live reveal. It's the best. He looks like a boss. I don't like using that expression, but he looks great.
Google Warren Buffett Dolphin Suh.
Yeah,
Ndamukong, it's spelled like Ndamukong
S-U-H.
And it's just Warren Buffett, billionaire Warren Buffett.
It's a 1,000-year-old man dressed like a football player, just with his hands on his hips. Just
a watch worth more than probably the stadium that game's being played in.
Yeah,
and he's still got that old man tummy though.
Oh, yeah.
Which I love. It's earned after years of investment.
He's got the OMT. Yeah, you know me.
Old man Tubby.
He's got the old
Don't
man Tubby.
Don't call me Tubby.
That's the photograph of the football season. I don't even care what happens next. It's definitely the photograph of the season.
Oh, it's amazing. So James Corden, in addition to kicking with the Raiders, also. I guess hit some balls with the Angels of Anaheim, the Los Angeles
Angels of Anaheim's.
I don't know if that's still their name or not.
Orange County.
Anaheim Angels, yeah.
Yeah, that's their name still, I think.
So he went and did that. So I'm assuming he's going to go play hockey with the Kings soon. But that wouldn't be as entertaining because almost certainly he would just spend the whole game falling down.
Yeah, it would. I mean, like Conan played with the Maple Leafs when he was in Toronto years ago.
But he can skate, right?
He can skate.
Yeah,
because he's a white guy, right? And James Corden.
He's a white male, of course.
He's a white male from Massachusetts. James Corden is a white male from England. They're not big on skating over there.
Seth Meyers, white male from, I think, New Hampshire? Not Vermont. It's New Hampshire, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Yeah. Former head SNL writer.
Former head SNL. Currently after Jimmy Fallon, but most people, I would say, don't know that because I feel like he's not that popular a show.
He's not, but if he can find his own niche, he'll be doing all right.
I think, like, when I think about Seth Meyers, and this kind of dovetails into the next one we're going to talk about, I feel like he wanted to do what Stephen Colbert is doing, which is it's a little headier, it's a little bit smarter, the guests are a little bit less Hollywood-focused, but more brainy people-focused. Like, Stephen Colbert just had, I think, his 7th billionaire on, which he was happy to talk about.
7th billionaire.
But I feel like Seth hasn't really hit that as much. And I really want Seth to be good.
Well, it also matters. The time slot also matters, though.
Yeah.
Billionaires are more likely to go on the 11:30 new hot CBS show rather than the 12:30 after Fallon later night show. Because those guys, like Craig Ferguson, never had huge guests, which is part of the reason I liked his show is because he's got this girl who's on True Blood, and she's not a huge star, but it's good to see her get her opportunity to be on a late night show.
Yeah, sure.
So that's neat. But Seth's guests have everything, I think, to do with his time slot, and less to do with him. But he should get some authors or something on there.
I think he has before. I feel like he almost certainly has had Malcolm Gladwell on.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. I think he must have, or he should. So we were just talking about him, Stephen Colbert. I am lapping Stephen Colbert's show up as much as I can.
Great.
Every day on YouTube, it's just like, okay, yeah, I'll take these 3 things. I think he just kind of hits me right where
he hits me right where you live. Hits you right where you live.
Yeah. Wealthy upper middle class white male.
Yeah,
right there.
No, I think Steven's doing. He's doing great. Very happy that people are finding his show and enjoying it, and I'm glad that he's chummy with Jimmy Fallon. Because, like you said, on his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, he's like, I can't think of anything more boring than a late night war, which is great, and we don't need that. Actually, this HBO movie was on just the other day. I watched a sliver of it, but it was called The Late Shift.
I wanted to see that.
Which is about Leno and Letterman, and it's so dated now. It came out in 96, so it's almost 20 years old. And the events that it tells about are from, like, 92. So it's hilariously dated in the most fun way. People on their giant it's got Kathy Bates and her giant flip cell phone running around trying to solve things. So I think we're way beyond that now. The late night scene is so, I won't say cluttered, but there's a lot to it. There's a lot of choice. There's just a lot of content out there in general.
There is
a lot of shows, there are a lot of podcasts.
It's that and the kind of the microcosm, right? It's showing that we have such a wealth of entertainment. And look, you can even see it just in late night.
Yeah, that's true. And then it's nice, too, we got this online, because back in the day, if you missed Leno and you didn't tape it, or if you missed Letterman and you didn't tape it, then, you missed it. Actually,
you waited for a rerun, I guess.
C100 would have the Letterman top 10 on the next day on the radio.
So funny.
But now it's like, sure, if you missed anything at all, even John Oliver has his main story up on YouTube, or that's part of the reason Fallon got so big is because he put his bits on YouTube, and he got really big on YouTube as well. So even though he was formerly on at 12:30, people would see it on YouTube, and then they find the guy, like, oh, I really like this guy. And
he made his show, like Late Night with Fallon, was really big.
Late Night was great.
It was really, like, I mean, we say that as if the Tonight Show isn't that exact show.
Yeah,
it's more or less the same thing, which is good, because it would have been a mistake to do anything else.
It's a little less free.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think
it does feel a little corporate, which is fine. Fallon's, he's the guy that I'm just happy for.
He's on a network owned by GE, so I guess it would be.
He plays in a big building with GE on the side of it or the top of it.
Yeah, well, they have all these GE commercials now that show during SNL, which obviously, why would you do that?
Well, they show during football season too, which is like they're like. I'm going to GM to be a programmer. It's like, you're going to go work with electronics or something like that.
Yeah, and
sure.
I tell you, take 1,000 GE commercials over one FanDuel or DraftKings commercial. Oh,
I love it because they show like this guy made $200 in a week.
Oh man,
this guy made $50,000 last week.
What does one guy say? He's like, it's the ultimate adrenaline rush. Shut up, you're gambling. Go away.
It is. It really is gambling.
Rush. Like, it's gambling, and
it deserves to be treated as much.
Sure, it's gambling.
One last,
it's fine. Just know your limit. Play within it. BC Lotto. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Very good. One last thing about Fallon, which I wanted, which I enjoy. I think this week there was a moment. I saw a clip or something that I was watching with Emily, my wife, and he made a joke, and he was kind of like people laughed at said joke, but it was almost unintentional, like it was a double entendre or something like that. And he did the Johnny Carson, the tie kind of wiggle, straightening the tie thing, and I was kind of like, well, that's a nice little nod to the time slot that he's on, right? That he's kind of inherited this role.
Sure.
And I don't know, it's good. It's good. I mean, lots of people dump on Fallon. Like, if you watch his YouTube channel, like anybody else, you go to the comments, people are like, "This guy's the worst living human who's ever."
No. Stay out of the comments.
Which, now that I think about it, why would they click on it? Like, you can't go to the comments without clicking on the video. Why'd you click on the video? You hate Fallon. Why would you do that?
Just
want to convince people?
I can't. I don't
Fallon
know,
is still at least twice as good as Leno ever was.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for Jay. Jay.
Sorry, nothing against Jay Leno.
Well, the interesting thing about things about Jay is that he saved all his money from doing the Tonight Show. He only spends the money he earns from touring his stand-up. So all the money he made on late night, he's got that put away. And I don't know how much money he made.
Oh wait, I think it's come up before. But like,
I think I mentioned it before.
Why?
Why put it away?
But like, he's an older man, and what? Does he have kids?
I have no idea about his personal life, which is an interesting aspect about him. He's never like, hey, yeah, my wife, Sheila, she's right over there, and that's my son.
Well, we know. No, I swear I know his wife's name though.
It's Margaret. It's my wife, Margaret.
It's Margaret.
It's sitting over there. Have you seen this? Have you read about this? Have you heard about this? Huh? That's my Leno. Hey, Matt, what's this?
Yes.
Oh, and Conan's out there too, killing it. Hey, what's this?
Oh gosh, Conan. Sorry, bro.
No, it's Conan. Love Conan. So you had a trivia of some sort, Matt?
I did have a trivia of some sort, Matt. This is something I found last week, and I was thinking about tagging it on there, but it was a little bit. It didn't really fit that well with what I wanted to do.
Oh, also
but now this week I want to talk about it.
Also, right away, sorry about no horror list this week.
Oh yes, that's right.
Straight up lied to you last week. It's coming next week, though. We swear, right?
Which, hey, the Halloween's around the corner. Might as well. If it was November, you should feel bad, but now we're okay.
If it's November, there you go.
Well, I'm gonna get
Sorry, Jay Leno's wife is named Mavis.
Yes.
My wife Mavis married her in 1980. My wife, yeah. It's Mavis. Of course, it's Mavis. Yeah, we've heard of Mavis before, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah,
you said Mavis was talking about. You hear about this?
Yeah. See, read about this?
Will, I'm going to get you to go through. I'm going to get you to name the top 10 highest grossing actors.
I bet I can do it.
I hope you can. I think you can. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get you to name anybody in the top 10, and then I'm going to get you to try to name the highest grossing movie that they did. Now, I say actors because the first woman on this list is at number 14. And it takes until 23 until there's another actress on there. So
this is highest grossing. This isn't the highest earning, right? This is like the guy who's been in the most movies that made the most money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, and sorry, I'll make a quick point of saying that the first woman on this list. Do you have a guess for the first woman on this list? You will not guess.
I will guess, but I won't get it.
Okay. If you get it right, I will give you the amount that she made.
I very much thought you could. Okay, and not the amount that she made, the amount of money her movies have
grossed.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, we have no idea what her.
I'm actually gonna guess. Shazbot, what's her name? Emma Watson.
That's a good guess.
That's my guess because she did 8 Potters, and the Potters all made a lot.
Emma Watson's at 25, which is good. She's the fourth highest woman on the list.
That's
it's
close.
True.
Number
14 is Cameron Diaz.
Okay, right on because of the Charlie's Angels movies, right?
I think it's a Shreks.
Oh yeah, the Shreks.
All them Shreks. What do you think is her? What's the movie? Do you think?
I'm all about them Shreks. About them Shreks.
No
Toy Story.
Oh damn it!
What's the movie that what? Sorry.
What do you think is the movie that she made the most with?
The movie she's made the most with, and it's not a Shrek, or it is a Shrek.
Sorry, Well, it is a Shrek. Yeah.
It's a Shrek.
So she made.
I'm gonna guess Shrek
made
3.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
Come on, Will. So her movies have made $3 billion, $31 million.
Yeah,
$3.031 billion.
Yeah, 3.3.
Good amount.
3.3 bills. Top 10 highest grossing. Sorry, top 10 actors whose movies have grossed the highest.
Have grossed the mostest.
I know who number 1 is because he got a certificate from the Guinness Book of World Records and he took a picture of himself getting it. It's Sam Jackson.
It's Sam Jackson. Sam Jackson is number 1. He made $4.59 billion. Now, part of this is
movies and from the Star Wars prequels and from
and so of course the Avengers is top of that list. That's the one he made that made the most.
Yeah,
and so his total gross, $4.59 billion. Now he was in far and away the most movies out of the top 10. He's been in 66, which helps. You know, he had that whole career being Sam Jackson.
He's in everything.
He's in everything. That's the idea, right?
It's crazy.
So he's in the Avengers. Well, now there's 9 left.
Yeah.
All men. Remember, all men.
Yeah, okay. All white, probably.
Nope.
Except for okay, good.
No, actually, yeah, okay. This is good. I mean, you just named an African American gentleman.
I did name an African American gentleman. Yes. I'm gonna guess Hanks might be on there.
Hanks is number 3.
Hanks
has made $4.279 billion. He's been in 43 movies. They averaged $99.5 million, which is definitely very good.
It's a good average.
Will, what do you think is his number one picture of his career?
Toy Story 3, maybe.
Boom.
Yeah.
Exactly correct. Exactly right, sir. Which made $450 million domestic. This might just be domestic, by the way.
And I'm still, worldwide, there's probably some Bollywood guy who's made more. I'm going to guess. I'd like to, just because I'm still staring at the Star Wars poster, I'd like to think that Harrison Ford is on there somewhere.
Hey, baby, right after Tom Hanks. He's number 4.
Yeah, he's number 4.
He's number 4.
Highest grossing? Can't be Crystal Skull.
Okay.
No?
Well, I mean,
what is it? What's his highest grossing then?
Star Wars.
Oh, it's the first. Okay.
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we're doing it with. All right, fine. I don't know.
I don't know why it might be adjusted. I don't know. Anyway, so he's made $3.935 billion. 40 movies. So he's kind of on the kind of on the lower end of this list of people. So Harrison Ford. So we got Jackson, Hanks, and Ford.
Jackson, Hanks, and Ford.
All in top 4 or top 5 there, by the way.
Oh, Tom Cruise. Please.
Tom Cruise is number 6, $3.587 billion. 36 movies, averages 99.6. Will, what do you think is his top grossing movie?
Tom's top grossing movie, maybe MI3? I might be way off, actually.
That's a decent guess.
It's because I'm looking at the Star Wars poster and it says J.J. Abrams on it. That's why I guessed Mission Impossible 3.
War of the Worlds with Esteban Spielberg.
Good.
Which is a movie that you wouldn't you don't think, oh, War of the Worlds, but one I enjoyed, and I think I own.
I thought that movie didn't do so. I thought it didn't do so hot, but I guess okay. I guess so.
Hot it did. Now I want to make a quick note. Tom Cruise, he doesn't have the highest average on this list, but he does have the least movies, which is 36 out of everybody else who's on the top 10.
It's Tom Cruise's rules.
Yeah, man.
Love Tom.
Okay. We still haven't hit the best average yet, which I'm excited to get to.
Oh, good. I'm always excited about best averages.
Of course.
That always really.
Jackson Hanks Ford.
Freeman. Morgan Freeman, is he on there?
Morgan Freeman is number 2.
He's number 2.
He's number 2. Now, he also benefits from being in every movie ever. He's in 58 movies.
Yeah.
The average is pretty low, $74.4 million. But I'd still take it in a lump sum check. What movie? I just gifted you for Morgan Freeman. What movie do you think made the most money for Morgan Freeman?
I was almost going to guess Martin Freeman, by the way. But I'm like, the Hobbs didn't make that much money, did they?
Gosh.
Morgan Freeman, his highest grossing movie might be
right there in front of you.
Beef's that Kit Kat bar right in front of me.
Well, I just mean I feel like you could get this. I feel like it's.
See now.
Think of a movie Morgan Freeman's been in the last few years that people were like, "Hey, that movie made a lot of money."
Just say it. I can't.
Dark Knight.
Forgot he's in that movie.
He's in that movie. It's true.
How am I not in this movie? Oh, is Nick Cage in the top 10?
Oh, that's a good question. He's not.
He's not.
Cage is not. Cage is 41. He made $2.4 billion. He's made 56 movies. He had National Treasure Book of Secrets, which I think is the second one. Is his top.
That's the second, obviously.
So because I gifted you one, apology. You have 4 of the top 5.
And, I have 4 of the top 5.
And I think that's. I
don't have number 5, do I?
No, you don't.
4 of the top 5, and I'm missing number 5.
And then 7, 8, 9, 10.
And 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't know why I'm looking at my books to see if I have a clue.
It's one written by a famous high-grossing actor.
Yeah, there's not one written by a famous high-grossing actor. All right.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay, yeah, give me.
Okay, so there's somebody. If you remember all the movies that I said already for the top grossing one, somebody else on this list has the same highest grossing movie as somebody else.
Mike Myers?
No, but you are. There's at least one.
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is number 5.
Number 5, Eddie Murphy.
This is one of those things you're like, Eddie Murphy, man. He sucks. Eddie Murphy's movies have made $3.8 billion. His average is $100.3 million a movie. Highest grossing is Shrek 2.
And is that the highest average?
That's the highest average of the top 10. Now, there's some people who are less than who have less than the average. Like Emma Watson's average is $191 million per movie.
It's pretty good.
Radcliffe's is 188. So.
And Danny is not in the top 10?
He's much further down.
Oh, he's much further down.
But Eddie Murphy's on there. But that wasn't even the one I was really referring to, Will. Still, one of the four on this list also has the same highest grossing movie as somebody else on this list.
Okay.
Let me read them to you. So it's The Avengers, The Dark Knight, Toy Story 3, Star Wars.
Shrek 2. Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr., number 7, 3.539.
Yeah.
Made 52 movies, average is 68.1. Paltry, Robert. And The Avengers is, of course, the top one there. So we need 8, 9, 10.
8,
and 9, one of these people, 10. Again, has the same highest grossing movie on the list. So yes.
Okay.
I feel like these are tougher.
These might be tougher. Jamie Foxx?
No.
I
think you're overestimating how many movies Jamie Foxx
has been in. Yeah, I know. I was just thinking of Stealth.
Stealth. I know. I was trying to think of Stealth just now too.
The big hit Stealth.
Oh, this specific movie. What about somebody who kind of he just goes right into the roles, goes deep?
Christian Bale. I was gonna guess that. No, not so much.
No, I don't think he's even on the list.
Oh, he's not on the top 10.
He's not even He's not even in the top 50.
Oh, okay. I guess it's bad. He only did one big trilogy. That's about it.
That's true.
Gets really into his roles. Daniel Day doesn't make that much money.
No,
his
it's
movies
true.
don't make a lot of money.
Think of
McConaughey?
No. Think of being on the open seas.
Yeah.
What's that coming towards?
Oh, Leo DiCaprio. No, Leo's not in there.
He's not in the top 10. Let me see if I can track down. Good old Dick.
You don't have to find him. I think I suck.
He's 47. His highest grossing is, of course, the movie you thought I was referring to, Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still Well, man, you're still in the ocean, but what's that over there? It's a ship. What flag does it fly? Oh no, it's a skull and crossbones.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. That's correct. Johnny Depp is number 8. $3.289 billion. Top grossing movie.
Pirate intro I've ever heard. No, it's a skull and crossbones. Oh, look, Mavis. Oh, it's skull and crossbones over there. Oh, I better look out.
Look, hide your purse.
They're going to steal my car collection. Oh, it's good thing I put my money away. Whoa, have you seen this? Read about this? Anyway, sorry.
Top grossing is Dead Man's Chest.
Dead Man's Chest, yes.
We're kind of approaching the end here. So there's 2 left.
There's 2 left. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited. To guess these last 2. I'm going to go through every actor in Hollywood, starting alphabetically.
So number 9.
Alan Arkin.
No. Alan Arkin. Adam Baldwin.
All right.
Adam Driver.
Brian Bostwick. No. Charlie Chaplin. No.
Okay.
Denzel.
This actor is...
Hitting the microphone there.
Hitting the microphone. This actor is sadly no longer with us.
Oh, okay. That is sad.
But recently departed.
Recently. Okay. Recently.
He made us laugh. He made us cry.
I was going to say, is it Robin Williams?
It is Robin Williams. Robin Williams, his movies made $3.279 billion. He was in 49 of them. What? Average 66.9 per movie.
Is Aladdin number 1 for him?
No. See, that's interesting. You'd think that, but it's actually Night at the Museum.
Oh, yes. So
Night
is
at the
Ben
Museum
Stiller?
made a lot of money.
Is Ben Stiller number 10?
Ben Stiller is not number 10.
Okay.
Ben Stiller is number 21.
He's way down there. Okay.
And Meet the Fockers is his highest one.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 10 was also in a movie that was already on this list.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We named a lot of movies on this list, though.
This actor is he's prolific. He's in lots of movies.
Yes.
A certain director who makes like a movie every 3 years, but they're always super expensive and good. Named Christopher Nolan. He loves having him in these movies.
Is it Michael Caine?
It's Michael Caine.
Oh, it's Michael Caine. I was the number 10 on the list. I made money the size of Tangerine.
Tangerine?
Oh,
they pay him in rubies.
He's number 10. I'm so happy about that.
He's been in 56 movies, as you can imagine, because of his age.
He's been in a lot of movies, man.
An aged man. Number 1, of course, The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
So
some men just want to watch the world burn.
Just want to watch the world burn. They just do. Then someday we'll have to go through numbers 701 to 749.
Yes, we will. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I think I'm on that somewhere. No, I'm not. Interesting list, Matt. You're always really good at combining Hollywood and commerce, two things that are ruining the world right now.
They're also providing you a world.
I do it with the art, man. I do it for the art, but also I do it for lots of money,
paychecks.
Are you telling me Arnold? Where's Arnold on that list?
Oh shoot,
he should be number 10.5.
That's a good question.
It should be so high.
See, this is the interesting thing. He's not on it.
He's not on it? What about Sly?
He took forever off, though, right?
What about Bruce? He didn't take forever off, sir. He was the governor for 7 years. What about all the Expendables?
Bruce Willis is 11.
Ooh, he is? Okay.
He's 11 in his biggest was Sixth Sense. Huh. And then the one after him is Stellan Skarsgård.
Because the Avengers movies.
I believe.
Goodness.
And then Ian McKellen, Cameron Diaz, Gary Oldman, Robert De Niro, Liam Neeson, Matt Damon, Orlando Bloom, Will Smith.
Orlando Bloom?
Well, because he's been in Lord of the Rings and
Pirates. Yeah. Okay. He's double dipping. That's fine.
He's double dipping.
Yeah. You only have to be in 2 sagas, and then you get it going.
Yeah. You get double saga, you get in. Nice and easy.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So, Will, thank you for this week, sir.
Hey, I'm pretty great. Right on. So, thanks everybody for being here. Next week, I swear to God,
it's happening.
We'll have the list, the horror movie A to Z, a very spooky Halloween. Oh, also Hell in a Cell preview right now. I think everyone's gonna have a good show. So there you go. I can't stop looking at the Star Wars poster. I gotta turn away.
Will, I'm sure this is gonna be when you post it on Twitter today.
Yes.
Then you're gonna probably have that poster in the Instagram.
I mean, maybe. I always like knowing what the Instagram thing is before I look for it. It's way easier.
Yeah, so folks might already have seen it by clicking through to us, but yeah, if you want to see Will on Twitter and Instagram, I think it's the same one. It's William C. Vaughn. Am I right?
It's William C. Vaughn on Twitter and on Instagram.
Nice.
And
on Pinterest too, if you want to follow Will's pins.
I don't have a. What do you call it? A Flickr. I don't have a Flickr.
No Flickr. Interesting. I'm pretty sure Yahoo owns Flickr, so I think you might still have it if you're even signed up for fantasy football.
Okay, I probably do.
Yeah. Keep track of your new media company acquisitions here, Will.
Yeah, I can't. Stuff.
Life. I'm on Twitter at MP Vaughn. I'm also on Instagram, the same place.
Yeah.
But it's get lonely if you follow me on Instagram. Don't do it too often.
Yeah, you didn't do much on Instagram.
It's true. But still follow me because what I do post is gold.
Yeah, it's usually just pictures of gold.
It is. I love gold.
I love the smell of it. Love the taste of it.
Speaking of Michael Caine.
That's right.
Folks, thank you for joining us this week.
Thanks for joining us this week. And just between you and me and Mavis, thanks for being here. And we'll see you next week.